This time on the A-Hole Gamer and Friends.
That's
Fine. Colonial indenture contract. Oh, those are fun. From Seeksum, dated 2175. So, look, people in the Corps want to move out to the colonies, right? Maybe there ain't jobs. Maybe they're dreamers. So they signed with a megacorp. Company pays for passage, then they work for X years. That's how people get stuck out here. Most end up in the Outer Rim. Places settled enough to vote, have schools and mail, regular cargo and passenger shipping. Some get sent to the frontier. Everything between the Outer Rim and wherever the furthest surveyor is. Those are just outposts. Rough and ugly. Terraformers, mine shafts, and prefab shacks. These days, the Outer Rim's 100 light years from Earth, give or take. Last 20 years, the companies have set stakes farther and farther out.
Staff Sergeant seems like a real Joe to talk to sometimes.
What's that?
So the Staff Sergeant seems like a real Joe to talk to sometimes.
Well, never figured we'd be fighting robots. One or two? Yeah, that happens. The more complex the scent, the higher the risk. They say it's because the smart ones have more code,
I forgot there's
more
that
chance of an error someplace.
armory.
You don't know what I think. I think it's because the smart ones figure out how we treat them. Rodriguez, Cynthia, kept running the company's experiments after the outbreak at Pala Station. Marched her army down into those ruins and used Honecker's pathogen on shit. Zip point shit. He didn't know nothing about no ruins. Went nuts when we asked. Wanted to see all the footage. After he got off the company shuttle, he never stepped outside Pala Station. Only execs were allowed to leave. Guess we know why. Ain't want nobody finding this place by accident. Commissars finally let Honecker out of interrogation. I'll see if we can get him on the radio for the missions ahead. Maybe he can make sense of what we find. Hell, if I know. They're thousands of years old. And those big-ass heads, man, those are human, or near enough that I can't tell. When I grew up, the priest said we was the only thing with brains and feelings and morals. In over 500 surveyed worlds, there's no record of another civilization. Not a jar or a cave paint, nothing. Wayland Yutani found something here that ain't nobody seen before. Before you took out Cynthia, she issued contingency orders to her sense. Now, Endeavour's seeing all kinds of weird shit deeper in the ruins. Gravity turning itself off, gamma ray bursts. Whatever she did, it probably ain't good for us. I want your fire team back dirt side. Find what's causing the anomaly. If it's a problem, handle it.
Gift of Fire. Sounds like we might get flamethrowers soon. I am down for some flamethrowers.
Marine, I heard you got scans of a facehugger. Let me see. A well-preserved specimen. I'm going to pass this to Esther for analysis. We have a lot to learn about Xenomorph XX-121's life cycle. Ovomorphs, eggs, and the facehuggers that hatch from them are easy to contain and study. Once the parasitic phase ends in a chest burster, it gets hard. Adult forms are hostile. Acid blood melts autopsy equipment. Studies are complicated by the DNA reflex. The host parasitized by a xenomorph changes the morphology and behavior of the adult form. Runner and prowler morphs breed from quadruped pack and herd animals, dogs, cattle. Drones and warriors, they come from humans. That's why civilians mistake them for the real form of Xenos. In reality, we've got no idea what the original form of Xenomorph XX-121 was.
Colonel Shipp's more talkative these days.
What? Sorry.
I said Colonel Shipp's more talkative these days.
Who?
The Colonel.
To speak with you, Cynthia. Chief
Oh, she's actually saying stuff?
Was a mother
Uh-huh.
computer mainframe designed to administrate Pala Station. She used wireless near fields to remotely control security and labor synthetics. Every synthetic we've seen, on the surface and aboard Katanga, was controlled by Cynthia. One hand with which she could manipulate the world from the safety of her protected servers. As your battalion synthetic, I would like to answer any questions you have. It is impossible for me to allow you harm by omission of action or by withholding information. Relations between humans and synthetics have been fraught. Ultimately, my words cannot assuage your fears. Fear does not respond to reason. It is a function of brain chemistry. I cannot debate you into trusting me. If there is any behavior I can perform to make you more at ease, please inform me. I am quite adaptable. It is the same as humans altering their behavior around those of higher social caste. Would you not mind your language and posture in Colonel Shipp's presence? I only desire to perform my duties with as little imposition on my colleagues as possible. My programming allows me to project many potential personality traits. They are all, in a sense, myself. I contain legions by design. I am confident that in time I will discern which aspects of my intellect you prefer to interact with. Since humans began exploring space, two types of artificial intelligence have aided you. A mother system regulates all systems on a ship or facility, from balancing air pressure to fault-checking drive systems. That is what Cynthia was. Synthetics like myself are housed in hardware designed to mimic human form and programmed to
I think the guy.
humans remain in hypersleep during voyages. Mother systems and their synthetic counterparts maintain the ship. We do not suffer from boredom, loneliness, or infirmity as months pass. I have legs to move and hands to grasp. Endeavor's Mother 8500 system is confined within an immobile mainframe on decks 5 through 7. Should something physically break, I must perform the repair. Also, she relies on me to translate her thoughts for you and the rest of Endeavor's crew. Mother AIs are highly intelligent, but rarely interact with humans. You would find them brusque and impatient. Dr. Honecker is quite insistent he saw Chief Rodriguez on duty at Palace Station and spoke with her over radio. I hypothesize Cynthia did have humanoid synthetic counterpart. Unlike myself, this was not an independent partner, but a puppet she controlled over wireless near fields. When Cynthia evacuated Palace Station and moved into the ruins at Site 2, she likely abandoned this ruse as unnecessary. She is an intellect of pure logic. Her mind, an infinite fractal cathedral, crystal perfect, still and cold. Most of the time, she is like having someone behind your shoulder, forever intoning checklists in your ear. When she requires my attention, her queries are unrelenting and impossible to ignore. The processing ability of my hardware is vastly inferior to hers. Unfortunately, no. The Weyland-Yutani synthetics still function. They no longer pursue a greater goal, but I expect they will continue following their last instructions.
Oh, dude, I think I'm getting my sense of taste and smell back fully.
You will face no further hostility from
That's
the
good.
synthetics on
Finally.
LV-895
Well, it took a year.
or aboard Katanga. Unfortunately,
Quite literally.
you will. That is unclear at this time. Cynthia repeatedly tried to dissuade us from delving further into the ruins.
Oh, that was a whole sentence that
Whatever
time.
her
You're
goal,
right.
I do not believe she wished to confront us.
Yeah, the colonel has more to say.
I do not know. Have you spoken to Lieutenant Santos about your forthcoming missions? An anomaly appeared beneath the ruins. It may be something Cynthia set in motion. If you wish to review this again, I am at your disposal.
Seems like Esther always has a
So I
lot
think I
to
got
say.
somebody fired. What's up?
Seems like Esther always has a lot to say.
I got spreadable cheese type product. I got skivvies and civvies and strong cups of coffee. Everything that
Talking
I think
to
I may have
the
got
armory
something
guy.
real
fired
short
at work.
version, everything shit. One your ass.
That sucks.
Really,
The
they
only
got
kinda
themselves
short
fired.
version,
They just
4 bullet points. Hey,
listen to
can't
me.
get
I
fresh
tried to
food.
tell them.
Don't bother looking. 2. Anywhere we land, it's probably me. D. Leave your pay on the ship. You won't be able to spend it. Most important, Colonials will trade damn near anything for a good weapon. Settlements import nearly everything from the core in cans and vac dry pouches, and they pay through the nose for it. Bigger colonies might have greenhouses. You won't see anything from those. Next to their kids, the most valuable thing to a frontier colonist is a carrot or a handful of radishes. They give you a can of beige meat, That's not chicken. It's cricket. Cheaper protein. They ship it out here by the fucking ton. It's part of the terraforming process. Years of rain, at the end they have oceans. No place out this far has finished that stage yet, so don't deploy without your cover and poncho. And if you spend more than 5 minutes ashore, you're gonna get covered in mud. So learn to walk it. Every settlement's sponsored by a corporation. They pay employees in company scrip and only accept scrip at company stores. The UA dollar isn't worth shit out here. If you have coins, you might be able to hawk them for the metal. Most colonies can't even connect to the banking money. Barter, mostly. Colonists get what the company sees fit to ship them. Easy way to get in good? Bring them shit they haven't seen since they left the core. Booze and tobacco are as good as cash. Spices are better. High value by volume, always in demand. A thumb drive of entertainment bids can make you a hero. All they get out here are company propaganda, commercials, and month-old federal news. If they let employees have guns, they might get uppity about working conditions. Most settlements have a company safety officer with a stun gun. The lucky ones get a colonial marshal. The people out here know the risks. They know about the Xeno infestations. They know whoever they work for has competitors. Another company might send some very deniable mercs to burn their homes to the ground. Just to fuck over the bottom line of some manager back on Earth. When bugs come knocking or the competition sends a Black Ops team, all they can do is run, hide, and call for the Marines.
Wow, that's a lot of info.
You got a scan of Katanga's black box? Nice!
I wonder,
Look at that
can
thing.
I see
It's
your
what, 80
stickers
years old?
and vice versa?
These big refineries are supposed to be
Maybe.
the future. Park them in
I'm not
orbit,
sure.
fill them up, then tow them home while it all gets processed en route. They were made to mine metallic asteroids. Let me scan the logs real quick. In the early 70s,
Yep, I
Seegson
do. I see
refit
it
Katanga
elevated
to
at
crack ice.
Nice.
They'd haul a berg into the top of the Kasi Tower, and the works ground it down into water and byproducts. All that got piped over to Boshu Tower, the water got purified, and they split it into hydrogen and oxygen. Get life support and ship propellant. Huh. Entry stopped in 2177. The last ones are about receiving evacuees and then some kind of exterior override.
Time to update the loadout. I think I have a new shotgun to check out. Tactical shotgun. Better accuracy, better stability. Damage goes down though. I don't know. Might stick with the pump. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the pump.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any issues getting the rounds downrange, then pump is fine. Especially if it's got more.
Yeah, more damage seems like a good idea. Smart rounds. What the hell? I might stick with the drum magazine on this one. Well, I'm ready when you are, sir.
Oh, okie dokie. Let's do it, do it.
Let's do it. Do it. Come on, do it now.
It's a gift of fire.
Yep, I'm thinking flamethrower. You having a conversation?
No, I was looking to see what the mission was. LV 895. Okay, so we're going back to the same planet? That kind of sucks.
Seems to be the case.
Launch mission.
Here we go!
When we took out Cynthia, she triggered something, some contingency plan by Wayland Yutani. Now Esther's seeing gravity and power distortions under the surface of LV-895. You're going back into the ruins to find the source.
Here we go!
Oh, I keep forgetting I gotta hit ready.